Well, today's the day. We're gonna be doing 500 push-ups because that means you guys raised almost $5,000 to feed hungry children in Africa. Thank you guys so much. I am honored to have to do these push-ups today. We had an incredible donor that already stepped up and donated enough food to feed these kids for months at a time. But it was $20,000 just to ship the food over. So you helped offset 25% of that. $5,000 is because you guys made it happen. So I'm gonna try to knock these 500 push-ups out as fast as I can. It's not gonna be like all out, I wanna go 100, 150 in a row in the beginning. I'm gonna try to break them up into increments of 25 and do 20 sets. I have a whiteboard that I'm gonna be using so we can track them. You guys are gonna see that I'm actually doing them. There's no way I'm gonna short this and fake doing push-ups for raising money for kids. That ain't happening here. So I'm gonna do all of these, and it's gonna be a privilege to do every single one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let's get her done, baby. To give you a little more information on this cause, I have a really good close buddy of mine who's actually been on my podcast. His name's Josh Ward, and their family takes care of almost 400 orphaned kids in Eswatini. It's near South Africa. It's a little tiny village called Bulimbu. There was a shortage in food supply. We were talking about it one day and it just pulled on my heart to try to do something about it. And I knew I wish I could do it all on my own, but I knew there's gonna be other people out there who have a big heart and wanted to get involved and do what they can too. So I'm so thankful for each person that stepped up and donated. We're gonna keep doing things like this. I'm thankful that we got almost to 5,000. I think it was just short, maybe like 4,700, but we'll do 500 just to be sure. I'm so privileged to be able to have my health, to live in a country where we have freedoms, that I have the ability to work, I have food, a place to sleep. And those are things a lot of us take for granted. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of thinking as I go through these 500 push-ups. The pain here is gonna be a privilege. I'm gonna use it to keep thinking about how much I really do have to be thankful for, what I can do with the resource that I've been blessed with to try to bless others who haven't been as fortunate as me. If you're watching this and it does anything as far as motivating or inspiring you, I hope it's that it encourages you to get out of your comfort zone and do something to help someone else. So first set of 25, I'm going to get a little strategic here. When I do stuff like this, I love mentally breaking things down. And so that's why I came up with increments of 25, because that's pretty easy for me to do 25. We're just gonna try to stick to like a minute break in between them. I'm also gonna start about shoulder width apart, and I'll play with the width of my hands to get more tricep dominant or more chest dominant. But we'll start here and we'll knock out this first 25. I just wanna know where I'm starting at 223. Let's see how long this takes me. Here we go. Here's the first 25. I do have this little whiteboard just so we make sure we keep track. And I'm gonna mark them here. So there's your first hash mark right there. Little rest. I'm gonna set my timer and just try to stick to minute rest times. I might do a little under that here in the beginning. Let's keep going. Another 25. We're 10% there. I talked about taking my health for granted. There's been times when I'm sick or had an injury and I can't train, and it's that reality check of the gift of just being able to have the health to go put your body through its paces, to challenge it, to grow, to progress. There's a lot of people out there, so maybe even some of you watching, that you have an illness or an injury and you're not able to. And it's not easy. So I don't ever want to take that for granted. I want to be able to do this for the rest of my life. It's a privilege. Keep that breathing under control. That's the key here. Keeping the breathing under control, especially through the reps. Heart rate started to elevate there. We'll give this the full, about 10 seconds. We'll knock out another 25. All right, let's do it. When it comes to doing stuff like this, it's as much mental, if not more mental, even than it is physical. So when it really starts to get difficult physically and the body starts to burn, it starts to scream, your heart rate starts to spike, your brain starts telling you things like, you're not gonna be able to do this. This is too much, you're not ready. And you gotta kill those thoughts and you gotta flip it on itself. This is a privilege. I'm gonna give this everything I got. I'm gonna stay in control of my breathing and we'll get through this. Thankfully, so far, physically this isn't really burning or a challenge yet. My breathing's up, but I'm gonna try to keep it that way. I forgot to mark that one. I'll do it real quick just for the sake of doing it. 3 down. And let's go into it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. $100 down. 20% of the way there. I've been prepping that I was gonna have to do way more than this. So I've already been doing usually 100 before my chest days and 100 after. And I was getting to the point where I could just crank out 100 in a row. But I was pretty gassed after hitting 100 straight. So I don't wanna get to that point where I'm really gassed here early on. Like right now, I still feel really fresh. And we're 20% in. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep chewing them up in increments like this. And if we get to like 350, 400 and I still feel like this, then we'll start increasing the increments and see what we got. All right, number 5 here for 125. About an hour. Five down, still feeling good. $25% there. Pump's starting to kick in my chest. The shirt's staying on though. This video ain't about me. If you follow me on Instagram or look at any of my YouTube shorts, my shirt's off plenty. Here we go, we're getting to 150. All right, 6 down. I can get strategic just by simply angling my elbows. I can go more tricep loaded, more chest loaded, a little front of the shoulders. Kind of just keep mixing it up so I'm not really frying one thing even. 150 in. That breeze feels good coming through here. Let's just go. Let's go again. All right. Seven. I love stuff like this. I love the mental and physical challenge of it. But when it's for something bigger than myself, it's that much better. I try to make even my alone, mundane workouts that way lately. Finding motivation and developing myself so I can be better for others instead of better than others, or proving something to myself. It's just different. To each their own. But I feel like I've tapped into a different kind of power lately with it. Let that heart rate come down a little bit. Yeah, that pump's starting to be a solid C cup by the end of this video. All right. Let's go knuckles and see how this one feels. Ooh. Puts it more in my tries. Tries feel good still. I hit them pretty hard yesterday, so I wasn't sure if we were doing this today yet. So I hit my tries really hard. And I wasn't sure if it was gonna affect me, but so far we're hanging in pretty good. So that's 8, 200 down. All right. Number 9. Let's ride those tries again. That felt good. Give the chest a little more break. Nine down. We're almost halfway. Almost halfway. We had about 7 or 8 of the kids from the Balimbu village at my last facility. And it's been a couple years now, but it's something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. I learned so much from those kids that day. They were so just genuinely happy, happier than me. It was a big perspective check as to where I derive my happiness from. They had something figured out that I didn't. So I'm gonna think about that through this one. Let's go again. Oh, back to the chest. Halfway. Sean, you want a celeb set? Sean was one of the incredible, generous donors who stepped up and participated. So he was supposed to have a flight here at the hangar. And I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to be a part of this, so I was just banking on doing it on my own today. But this worked out. When I saw the different names pop up of my buddies that participated in this, that was a gift to me. Just honored. Yeah, boy. 11 down. Let's jump in there. Let's get, you can go ahead and knock another one. Here we go. You might as well make that 12. 12. This is fitting. That clip that we have was that little reel from the podcast about doing push-ups every day. That thing's at like 600,000 views.
Is it?
Yeah. And there's so many people, I would say at least a couple hundred that have commented on there that they've started doing that because of that. So that was the thing that, get another one? I love it. I would say that was probably one of the most popular comments about recovery. And I responded a few times. I didn't respond to everybody because you could just read where I responded to others. I think I even penned it. But it depends on the person. If you're a super conditioned athlete and you're not torn up the next day from them, you still can do them every day because your body's recovering fast enough. If you're absolutely just torn up from it, you're gonna have to work up to be able to do it. You can even try to safely, I wouldn't suggest it, try to even push through the soreness a little bit. But again, it's just very case dependent on the person. Some people are able to recover and keep doing it every day, and some people can't. So it's something even to work up to. Like, think of it that way. Like, for the person that's asking that question, more than likely, it's because they're trying to get into a rhythm or routine to start to get into shape, to find some discipline and consistency. And so more than likely, they're not the person that's ready to do it every day yet. Don't let that bother you if you can't do it every day in the beginning. Set that as your first goal. Instead of a number of push-ups every day, start with 20, 25 a day instead of 100, and get to the point where then you can start doing 20, 25 a day, and then gradually increase your number to the point where then you could crank out 100 every day like it's nothing. What do we do, 13? Number 14 here? Let's go back to those tries. Hey. Set a timer instead. What do we do? Hey. Bang, we're almost there. We're almost there. We need somebody on the phones. We got another donor on the line. They just gave another 12,000.
Good luck.
It feels good on those tries. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good, bub. Oh, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it for you. That puts us at 15. 5 to go. We're almost there. Almost there. You know, it doesn't even have to be anything about giving money to a charity, a cause. It can just be simply thinking about others ahead of yourself and showing kindness. Your time is the most valuable asset because you never get any more of it, you don't get any back. So giving your time to someone, that's what can really mean the most. Just listening, putting effort and time into understanding their scenario, their situation, hearing their story, and sitting in it with them. You don't even have to have the answers, but just to care enough to sit in it with them and to just actually care. Here we go. Mark. 16 done. Almost there.
See if I can get up to 25.
Give me what you got, I'll finish it.
Do a big set to finish it?
Depends on where we're at. We got 100 left right now.
100 left.
We'll see what we get to. You give me what you got right now. And then if I can't clear the rest, you clear what I left to leave over. Yeah?
Do it.
Like, $19, $20, job. 2, 3, 4, 25. Good job. We got all of them. All of them. 75 to go. 75 to go. Good job. We pushed through that. All right. Enjoy the burn. This is what we hunt for. Let's work. 25. Let's go Knox. Let's go Knox. $60. We need 15 more. Hi. $500. This one's for him to doozy. I remember him specifically. I love you, boy. 500. Oh, that's good stuff.
That's it?
That's it. Thanks for getting in there with me. It was only fitting. That worked out perfectly. Shout out to Josh Ward. I know I talked about him in the beginning, but he introduced me to his beautiful family and the work they're doing over there. Shout out to each one of my buddies that got in and supported this and made it possible. This is just the beginning. I'm committed to living life that way. Less of me, more of others. Putting the work in, the commitment, the discipline for a reason bigger than myself. And in the meantime, the byproduct is I still benefit. We all win. Thank you guys for watching this. We'll see you in the next video. It just didn't feel right. It felt undone. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's a wrap.